Not every coaching session ends with a breakthrough. Sometimes your clients get stuck, or ghosts, or spirals, and you're left thinking, what just happened? Well, here's what most coaches never get taught. The number one coaching mistake you're making isn't about your skill. It's that you're still trying to coach through burnout without realizing it's even there. Burnout isn't a niche. It now impacts over 50% of the global workforce and more than 70% of execs and business owners. So the question isn't if you'll coach someone at burnout, it's whether you'll spot it before it's too late. Because when the client crashes, when they disappear mid-program or fail to get results, they won't blame the burnout. They'll blame you for the lack of progress, for the wasted money, for the coaching that didn't work. Burnout is in the room, whether you're trained to recognize it or not. And it's not just stress. It's a complete nervous system shutdown. The brain goes offline. The body stops responding to goals, decisions, vision, and strategy. They're not stuck. They're in survival mode. And what coaching often calls resistance or a lack of clarity, that's a physiological state of freeze. But we keep pushing for goals, for insight, for action. We apply tools designed for regulated resource clients to people who are barely holding on. And that's where harm happens. And most coaches have no idea they're doing it. I'm Kelly Swingler. I've coached over 700 leaders through burnout. I've trained over 100 coaches across 14 countries to work with burnout safely and effectively. And I created the Burnout Academy because I kept seeing coaches with great intentions and powerful tools, but no clue what was happening under the surface. I know what it's like to sit in a session with a client who's smiling on the outside, but disconnected inside. To see someone nod along whilst they're shutting down. And I've watched coaches unknowingly push people further into burnout because they didn't know what they didn't know. And that's not their fault. But once you do know this, it is your responsibility. So let's quickly talk about 3 things I see coaches do every day that backfire. Number 1, forcing goals when the client isn't regulated. When someone's in nervous system collapse, the question, what do you want, can literally shut them down further. They can't think future. They're stuck in survival. Number 2, reframing too soon. Trying to positively reframe when a client is dysregulated doesn't inspire, it shames. They feel like they're failing twice, once for feeling awful and again for not snapping out of it. And number 3, mistaking adrenaline for breakthrough. The client who lights up and goes full speed ahead, sometimes it's not clarity, it's cortisol, but we celebrate it like a win. But it's actually a stress response. And when the crash comes, the client feels broken and you look like you're the problem. And this is why burnout-aware coaching is essential. It's not a new technique, it's not a niche, but it's about knowing how to spot the signs, how to respond, and how to adapt your approach before you override someone's nervous system in the name of results. Now, burnout-aware coaches are not here to fix. They're here to recognize, to hold, to work differently. Because when you get this right, clients stay, they grow and they refer. But when you don't, they crash and they blame you. So this isn't about being a better coach, but it is about being the right kind of coach for the reality that your clients are living in right now. Now, I've put together a burnout-aware coaching starter kit. It's completely free. And inside, you'll get a very short training video. Watch this before your next coaching session. It shows you what to stop doing and how to start coaching differently immediately. Plus, you'll also get the burnout glossary. And that is 200 truths that include the language, the patterns, and the blind spots that every coach should know so that you can spot burnout before it derails your work. You don't need to be a therapist, you just need to be aware. So if you're still coaching clients the way you were taught 5 years ago, then you're likely missing burnout. And that means that you're also likely losing clients, credibility, and impact. The coaching industry is shifting. And burnout is on the rise. So if you want to be a coach who leads rather than lags, you need to get ahead of it. So click the link, get the starter kit and watch the video. Read the glossary. And if what I say resonates, then come and join me in the next 2-day Burnout Aware coach training. This is how we evolve coaching. One coach, one client, one decision at a time. See you again soon.